My name is Taryn Romanchuk and I teach Animal Sciences Year 1 and Year 2. I have a Bachelor's of Science in Large Animal Science from Delaware Valley College, which is now Delaware Valley University. And then I have my Master's in Ruminant Nutrition from West Virginia University, and now I currently own my own horse farm as well as do training with the horses and training with dogs. Animal Science 1 is going to give the students an introduction to safety and handling, terminology, the different types of animal species that we'll deal with, both large and small, introduction to pharmacology, careers with animals, human-animal bond, ethics, welfare, and then Year 2 will go more in depth into diseases, some more of the production species and aspects, anatomy and physiology, diseases. Both classes will have an SLE or structured learning experience component, with the students beginning more basic tasks in Year 1 and then progressing through different, more fast-paced places in Year 2. We also offer a student-run dog grooming program. The students are in charge of making the appointments, maintaining records, making reminder phone calls, as well as handling the clients and the animals and grooming the animals for the public.
I chose Polytech because I always had an interest in animals, and I knew that I didn't want to go to college and start that pathway, because if I didn't like it, I would have a couple years under my belt, whereas if I did Polytech, I could find out sooner. The best part about the program would have to be all the experiences you do have with the animals, but I think the underlying factor is the work environment. I think it teaches you good work ethics and how to communicate with people, and also how to communicate with animals that don't necessarily communicate the same way that you do with humans, and also the connections that you have and the foundation that you create.
I chose to go to Polytech because I've always wanted to be a veterinarian, and I just really liked working with animals, and I thought it would be just a really good idea to get the experience. And so I got a head start of knowing that this is the career that I want, that I just already learned so much and I have experience now that'll help me in the future.
I got to learn like some of the basic stuff that I would need to know, especially like terminology. Working with a vet, if you don't know what they're talking about, you could easily make a mistake. So it definitely helped me to be a better employee.
We don't have a large animal facility, so we do go on more field trips to allow the students the opportunity to work on these species, as well as bringing experts into the classroom in both classes to talk to the students about job opportunities, different topics, things that they can do in the field.
The kids that don't go to Polytech and want to do pre-vet, they're not going to learn the stuff that we learned until they're in college. And I feel that as a junior in high school, I know just as much as, say, a sophomore in college would. So I feel like that's going to help me get into colleges easier than it would for other students. And I think also just the hands-on with the animals in the back and everything constantly was just like an amazing experience for me.
It gave me a great foundation for knowing large animal science, medical, lameness. It's helped me, knowing the signs of colic, abscesses, anything, I come into contact with. It's really given me a great foundation. The one thing I remember is we always did pathology problems, and I thought it was the hardest thing then, but now it's helped me a lot with dosing, because everyone's on different medications and IV and IM injections, so it really helps me on a day-to-day basis.
We currently have articulation agreements with Delaware Valley University and Harcum College. A majority of the students go on to work in the animal science field. A lot of them have gone on to work as vet techs, so things all across the board dealing with the animal industry.